Yeah, we back to Seed and Cheat Code.
Yes, sir.
Time for the hot takes of the day.
Bring that heat.
We got the hot takes. We got the hot takes.
What's going on, Middle Thoughts family? Today is Monday, July the 14th. Weather is beautiful outside, nice and sunny, so make sure you get that vitamin D outside for the sun and enjoy the weather. That being said, it's your starting host, introduction host, main sound engineer of the show, Cheat Code. And today's episode of the Sports Talk, we are going to bring to you 3 segments, okay? First one starting off, something completely new. We have that MLB All-Star break, which that man, the myth, the legend, a Seed will cover that. Followed up by, with the next segment, which is going to be the WNBA games of tonight, which that's going to consist of an 8 p.m. game, which is Minnesota versus Chicago. And then we got a 10 p.m. game, which is the Phoenix Mercury versus the Golden State. And then we're going to finish off today's episode with the recap of the hot takes of who won and who lost, which, by the way, the man, the myth, the legend, the Seed is now 4-2. With that being said, let's jump straight into it.
Haha, yeah. Step right up. It's a Seed. I'm here for the baseball part of this segment. I'm going to get started with the home run derby for y'all. It's the first part of the All-Star break. Honestly, it's my favorite. Every home run derby has 8 contestants every year. I'm going to give you a list of the contestants, and I'm going to give you their lines, and I'm going to tell you why I think who's going to win what. Unfortunately, they haven't released any lines for anything other than the home run derby yet, and people are still opting in and out, so some of this might actually change before we get there. But based off of what I have at this current moment, I'm going to give you my best opinion. The home run derby is on Monday at 9 p.m. The 8 contestants are Cal Riley has a plus 255. O'Neal Cruz is plus 320. James Wood is plus 400. Matt Olson is plus 650. Brent Rooker is plus 700. Byron Buxton is plus 850. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is plus 1,000. And Junior Caminero is plus 1,000 as well. Sorry if I butchered any of your guys' names. I did my best. Everybody knows what Cal Riley is doing this year. He's unprecedented, potentially going to break the home run record by the All-Star break. If not tie it, he's 1 away. It's no secret that he's a favorite to win this, but it is in Atlanta, and Atlanta's got a little bit bigger of a ballpark than what he's accustomed to hitting into. So don't be surprised if he makes it far, but doesn't actually win. Based on what I'm looking at, I kind of like Matt Olson as the big underdog. He's going to be hitting at home. He knows how to hit in the ballpark. It's plus 650. He plays there, so he knows the best way to hit a ball off the trajectory to get it out of that park. Like I said, all these guys got some good power. If it's not Matt Olson, my second favorite would be O'Neal Cruz. I feel like O'Neal Cruz has got something to prove this year. I could also see Cal Riley winning this too, but if I'm putting my money on it, I'm going to swing with Matt Olson, and I'm going to swing for the fences. It's a plus 650. I did hit the winner a couple years ago. Vladdy won it. I forget exactly what the money line was back then, but I did hit that one for sure. Actually, I might be able to tell you guys. Give me 1 second. I do not have the line, unfortunately. All right. Well, anyway, that's my take on the home run derby. We're going to get into the selections for the All-Star game this year. The American League starters are Cal Riley from Seattle, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Toronto, first base, Gleyber Torres, Detroit, second base, Junior Caminero from the Rays, third base, Jacob Wilson, shortstop from the Athletics, Aaron Judge, outfield, New York Yankees, Riley Green, Detroit outfield, Javier Baez, Detroit outfield, and the DH is Ryan O'Hearn from Baltimore. Starting pitchers are Hunter Brown from Houston, Chris Bubic from KC, the Royals, Garrett Crochet from the Boston Red Sox, Jake DeGroote from Texas, Max Fried from the Yankees. It also has Carlos Rendon in here and Tarek Skubal, just to round out a couple of them. That's not all of them, but just the bulk of them. The National League got Will Smith from the Dodgers at center, Freddie Freeman, first base, Dodgers, Kendall Marte from Arizona, second base, Manny Machado, San Diego third base. Francisco Lindor from the Mets, it's a shortstop. Acuna Jr. from Atlanta, outfield. Pete Crow Armstrong from Chicago, outfield. Kyle Tucker from outfield. And Shohei Ohtani at DH. They have Andrew Abbott, Cincinnati. Matthew Boyd, Chicago Cubs. Mackenzie Gore made it, Washington Nationals. Clayton Kershaw from the Dodgers. He's a legend pick. That's crazy. They got Chris Sale, Paul Skeens in there. Logan Webb, Zach Wheeler. Yamamoto from the Dodgers. You know, all the good guys. David Peterson's in there too. It's going to be a good game. Like I said, they haven't put out the lines for who's going to win this and who's going to win that yet. It's probably going to be close to a pick 'em. It typically is. If I had to put my word on who I think has the better team going into it this year, I definitely think the National League has a better squad. Just keep your bets open for that. I might give you an updated take when the game lines do come out in my daily podcast if you pay attention to that. But I'm excited for this. Like I said, the Home Run Derby is one of my favorite things to watch all year long. Nothing like sitting down for an afternoon and watching baseball just get crushed. They're in Atlanta, so like I said, the ball does fly in Atlanta. Atlanta had a couple really good home run hitters for the last couple years that put up crazy stats per season. So, no, you can't hit home runs in that park. And I'm just excited for Monday night. That'll take due for me. I'm going to hand it back over to our producer, Cheat Code, and let him introduce the WNBA picks tonight. We have the Minnesota Lynx and the Chicago Sky at 8 o'clock, and we have the Phoenix Mercury and the Golden State Valkyries at 10 p.m. Go ahead, Chico. Let's hear what you got in store for us.
All right. I appreciate you, Asid, for the introduction. As you heard that man, he said we have two games tonight. 8 o'clock, Minnesota versus Chicago. I'm not going to lie. I love Minnesota on this one. That's who I'm going with. They tend to be more of the powerhouse team. Now, don't get me wrong. They have been on a little bit of a up and downhill lately on the past couple of games, but I think that's what they needed to get themselves out of this rough patch to finally come back out on top as the number one team and dominate. So I'm going with Minnesota on that one over Chicago. Game number 2, 10 o'clock. Like he said, we got the Mercury and we got Golden State. To be honest, I'm a little 50-50 about Golden State. Not saying they can't produce, but I feel like the number 2 team, Mercury, they definitely have Miss Thomas as the number 1 assist in the league right now. And then she's got a couple of her other fellow teammates that sit here and help her produce. So I think they're definitely going to go up on this one. So in my favor, I'm going to go with Mercury. So to recap off, I got Minnesota for the first game, and then I got Mercury for the second. What about you, Asid? Talk to him.
So I'm looking at this Minnesota and the Chicago game, and I got a little stat line for you guys. So Chicago and Minnesota played 4 times in 7 games. Now, 2 of those games have already taken place, which has been split with a loss and a win to start, respectively. Game 1 was a loss by 5 points. Game 2 was a win by 6 points. Minnesota has 4 losses on the season this year, and all 4 of those losses are on the road. I like Chicago to upset tonight. Minnesota has not lost back-to-back games at all this season, and they are 7-4 on the road. Chicago is 4-4 at home, so they do play decent ball at home, and they've been playing better basketball of late. I do like Chicago to come in and potentially give Minnesota another run for their money tonight, especially considering Minnesota's going to get another run back at them in 2 games. The Golden State Valkyries and the Phoenix Mercury, I think I like Golden State tonight. The Mercury won the first matchup, and Golden State is also at home. Both of those being said, I feel like it's going to be a good game. I feel like it's going to be a close game. The spread margin on it is only 2, but I do feel like the Valkyries are going to cover that spread in their home gym tonight. I potentially see both home teams winning.
Once again, thank you, Asid, for the little quick recap of the WNBA segment of how you feel, who's going to win. Yo, let us know in the comments what side you're taking. Is you going with Team Cheat Code or is you going with Team Asid? Let us know in the comments. With that being said, thank you for that introduction. Yo, Asid, go ahead and take over when it comes to the recaps of the hot takes. Just to let y'all know, this man is now 4-2. Pay attention. Talk to him.
I switched the segment around so that way you guys can get your information first instead of hearing about the recap of yesterday. But I'm going to start finishing off all of my sessions with recap of the day before. Before I get into everything, I wanted to start by saying that it's going to be a couple of days before I'm back. Because of the All-Star break, baseball doesn't play for a couple of days. As soon as baseball comes back on, I will be back in here with some new hot takes for you guys. So just be patient. There's just not a lot to talk about it's not really worth putting out a whole episode and doing all the work for 5 minutes. Like I said, once everything comes back on, we're in it. So I had another good day yesterday. I went 13-6 in all my picks between baseball and WNBA. That brings me to a total of 32-18 this week as far as my daily picks go. So once again, there was a lot of good information out there for you guys yesterday. I hope you listened and took some of that and potentially made some money. Hit us with the comment section if you hit anything off of the picks. We love that. We love that. But just to recap, as he said, I hit the pick of the day yesterday. I told you guys to take the Mariners -2. They covered the -2. The Mariners actually won 8-4 yesterday. They covered the money line and the -2. First game of the day was the Yankees and the Cubs. I told you to take the Cubs +1 and the money line. They won 4-1. Cash chicken. Second game of the day was the Marlins. I told you to take the O's -1 and the Marlins came to town. Man, did they come to town. They won 11-1. They had them bats hot. So I was wrong off of that one. The Red Sox and the Rays, I was wrong the entire series. I am sorry. But the Red Sox won again yesterday 4-1. The next game after that was the Reds and the Rockies. I told you guys to take the Reds money line and the -2, and they won 2-4. So that was right. We back in the win column. I told you guys to take the Guardians -1. Unfortunately, they did not cover the -1. They did win the game, however, but it was 6-5, so the -1 did not cover. Sorry for that. The Rangers money line did cover. They won 5-1 yesterday. The Royals money line did cover. They won 2-3 against the Mets yesterday. I told you to take the Nationals +1. Brewers came out with the bats. It was 8-1. But we went on a little run to end the night. I said Pirates +1 and the money line. They won 2-1. I said Cardinals money line. They won 5-4 in a comeback. I said the Athletics would beat the Blue Jays again. They beat them 6-3. Dodgers -2. They won 5-2. And if you watched that game, you saw them blow the 2-run lead in the 8th just to come back in the top of the 9th and hit 3 runs. So got it done. Angels and D-backs, I told you I've been so hot on the Angels. It's ridiculous. Like when I give you a pick on them, just take it. I know it's reverse for the Padres, but we hit again. Diamondbacks +1.5 against the Angels. Diamondbacks won 5-1. Check it off. Nike check. Now, however, I told you take the Phillies 1.5 against the Padres, and once again, I was wrong. Now, the Phillies did win the game, but they only won 2-1. They did not cover the -1. Once again, I'm going to try my best to get on track with that. It's just, I can't always be right. WNBA picks, me and my boy Chico got into it yesterday over the Wings Fever game. He was right. Okay, the Fever won. My man shot 4-0 again yesterday in the WNBA. Shout out to Lou for that. I did get the Wings wrong because I told you to take the +380, but I also said that the +380 didn't cover that Mystics was a go. And for surely, that Mystics was a go. Told you I love them +240s. Stick with me just because one didn't hit, the next one will all the time. All right, so to round out the last 2 games, I had the Liberty and the Sparks. They both took it home last night. I said I rounded out my picks for the day at 13-6. That's really what I have for you. So like I said, I hope you guys made some money. If you just tapping in, there's a lot of good information. My pick percentage this week was around 64%. So that basically means that 2 out of every 3 games that I was giving you, I was right. There's a lot of information. Take it, use it, learn it, love it. Try to find your own patterns, put things together, see what you can potentially win some money on. Not every parlay has to pay you $1,000. You can take $5 and win $100, and that's good money. You can take $5 and win $50, and it's still good money. It's $45 more than you had in your pocket. So I don't always give out plus money lines. I give out whatever I think is going to hit, but my pick of the day is always going to be plus money. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm signing off until baseball comes back in a couple days, and we're going to get you guys locked back in with some winning picks.
Before you skedaddle up out of here, Seed, real quick, for those that may have missed it, since you said baseball is going to be gone for about a week, can you just give us a quick recap of who you picking for today's game in the WNBA, please?
Honestly, I do not have a pick of the day today. There's only the 2 basketball games, and I'm not confident enough in either one of them to tell you to go out there and take that line today. However, if I'm going to tell you to take anything today, it's going to be the O'Neal Cruz home run derby win tonight. Love that. That's coming. I know I said Matt Olson earlier in the podcast, but the lines have shifted a little bit since I originally recorded that, and O'Neal Cruz is looking real good. On top of that, I do like the Chicago Sky tonight. Just don't crucify me if they don't win, because the other way that this could really go is they lost away, they won at home. They could lose at home tonight and then be the first Minnesota loss at home. You see what I'm saying? So I can't for confident tell you that plus 425 is going to cover tonight. I do like the line. Just err on your side of caution. If you feel risky, take it. That's what we got. Like I said, I'll see you guys in a couple days.
Thank you, Aseed, for the hot takes of the day, the recap, and the MLB All-Star. With that being said, guys, thank you for what you guys allow us to do. Honestly, we're pushing all this content out. You're reviewing. You let us just do us. Thank you so much for that. That being said, as always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and most definitely take advantage of these links we have in the description. For you Apple podcasters, we've got an Apple podcast for you guys, just for you strictly Apple users. Followed up by that Spotify podcast for you Spotifyers. Instagram, the people that like to post up flicks, quick videos, we definitely have a page for you. Go check us out on the shorts. Not only that, in regards, we also have the YouTube. So for the people that actually like full episodes of what's going on, a couple bloopers behind the scene and stuff, check it out. We're going to have all that stuff up there for you guys. And then followed by one of my personal favorites, the Savage Shorts editing services. Like I said, you need highlights, you need business modules done. Please take full advantage of that. All that description is going to be right there in the links. Go check that out. For you liquid hydration multipliers, meaning for my athletes, you guys need your electrolytes. This team has it for you. Go check their website out, see what coupons they're giving away, what deals they got, scoop it up. That being said, followed up by that Hulu, go check them out. They're giving 30 days for free on them. Please sign up and take full advantage. And then last but not least, as always, we have that 50% off when you sign up for the membership club. We have the 50% off from the Sam's Club membership. If you sign up, they're going to hook you up with 50% off that club membership. So take advantage of that for you providers. Please and thank you. And as always, we love you guys. See you in the next episode. Love. Peace.
A seed out.